What's going on, everybody? Chrome on Rust here. We're going to be doing a gearing guide for the Witch Doctor. Now, our budget's going to be at 10 million, and the item that we're going to be looking at first is going to be Vile Words. Now, on these, they're always going to have armor, all resist, and life regen. So it's going to be really nice for survivability. In addition to that, they're always going to have a primary stat. So in our case, we're going to be looking for intelligence and vitality. And if you can get a good additional stat like I was able to get 149 strength. Do go ahead and do that, because that's going to bump this pair of Vile Words up to 775 armor, which is really nice on a pair of shoulders. For 180k, you pretty much just can't beat the deal. The next item here is going to be Blackthorn Pants. For survivability, that's why we're going for these. They're always going to have strength, dex, intelligence, vitality, 10 to 12 life percent, and life on hit. So I am going to be looking for 260 vitality or more if I can get it. You can see that I punched in 240. That's just in case if I were to find an epic deal that I just couldn't pass up. Well, it would show up in the list and I could go ahead and buy them out. Just wasn't the case. I actually ended up having to bump up my buyout price from 800k to a million. So the next item here is going to be Lacunis. On these, I wanted to get 4% crit chance somewhere in there, or 9% attack speed, one or the other. It didn't have to be both, but I would have been spending about $1.5 million or $2 million. So once again, just a little bit out of our reach, so not going to be able to do that. So I do settle on this pair here that has intelligence and vitality and is only 300k. So I spent a little bit more on the pants, but I spent a little bit less on the Lacunis. So that's going to be kind of an even trade-off there. It's going to be what you're wanting to do when you're gearing yourself. The next item here is going to be Zuni's Boots. Now, we are going to be going for that 24% movement speed. That's one of the reasons why I wanted the Lacunis. Now, I'm just kind of searching around if I can find some with armor, if I can find some with all resist, but it is going to be just out of our reach. So I do go ahead, bump up the vitality, bump up the intelligence a little bit, and I'm going to find this pair here that has 146 intelligence and 160 vitality. Now, it would have been nice to get the 8% poison damage, but just wasn't able to. So our next item here is going to be the Zuni's Helm. On this, if you can get them with crit chance, that would be great. But if you're going with the 10 million budget, you're probably not going to be able to do that. So I am just kind of looking around. If I can get some with armor, if I can get some with high vitality, I end up finding that I can get some with some decent all resist of 50 or higher. So it's going to be the route that I take. And this pair here had 250 plus intelligence, which is pretty good for a helm to have that much on there. So that's going to be an additional 25 all resist. So this helm has like about 70 all resist on there. So we are starting to stack up our life and our all resist pretty good. At this point, our next item is going to be the Zuni's Chest. Now these are always going to have 3 sockets, which are going to be nice because you can throw intelligence in there, or you can throw the vitality gems in there if you need more life. And they're always going to have all resist as well. So I am just going to be looking for one that's going to have a decent amount of vitality. You can see that I end up buying out this pair that has 208 on there, and it has 12k health globes. Now I know in my previous video that I said I really didn't like health globes unless it was about 10k or more, but in this case it was 10k or more. But even if it wasn't and you were to buy this and it had like 8k or something like that, if it's just an additional stat that's on there, well, it's going to be better than Thorns or something like that, so you might as well go ahead and pick it up. The next item here is going to be the Zuni's Pox. As you can see, I am going for that 4-piece set bonus. Witch Doctors pretty much just burn through mana because all their abilities cost. So it's going to be really nice to have the extra regen, to have the extra intelligence, to have the extra all resist on there from the 4-piece set bonus. So I am looking for the Zuni's Pox. Like I said, I would love to get one with crit chance or attack speed or something like that. It's way out of reach. If I were to get one with crit chance, any number of crit chance, it would be 15 mil or more. So that'd be 50% more than our budget that we have set. So I do end up buying that one that has average damage and a socket on there. Once again, if I need some vitality or more damage from the intelligence, I go ahead and throw one of those gems in there. Now, unities are going to be a great budget ring. They're always going to have crit chance. They're always going to have a decent amount of average damage. They're going to have the bonus versus elites. They're going to have the primary stat, life on hit, and then you're going to be able to get one additional stat. So that's what I'm searching for here, seeing if I can get one with a decent amount of life percent, vitality, or attack speed if I could. But once again, that's just not even going to be close to happening. So I do find that pair that's going to have vitality and strength, so it's going to be adding a little bit of additional armor on there for a little bit more of the tanky stats. The next item is going to be the Talrash's Allegiance for our amulet. Now if you can get one with the 6% on there, that would be great. I wasn't able to. really, just like I've been doing, I'm kind of searching for the extra stat. What can I get on here? That's going to be basically what you wanted to do. Can you get armor? Can you get all resist? You're not going to be able to get crit chance. You're not going to be able to get attack speed. You might be able to get average damage, but I think it's going to be just a little bit too much of a stretch unless you're really able to save a lot on your other items. But I do find that pair there, or that amulet there, that has over 500 life on hit. Now, if you're to ask me, do I need that much life on hit? Because I have like over 1,000 right now. No, you're not going to need that much life on hit because we are going to be going with life steal. Well, let's talk about these gloves here. Sage Grasp, that's the pair that I end up going with. They are a legacy item, but when you can find them for 150k, they have crit chance, they have crit damage, they have regen, armor, vitality, intelligence, pretty much every stat you could want except for attack speed and maybe all resist. Go ahead, pick them up for 150k. Like I said, that was a great deal. Our next item here, the second to last, is going to be the Witching Hour. These are always going to have intelligence on there, so you won't have to throw that stat in there. You can see how I'm searching though. I threw on legendary, I threw on intelligence, 9% attack speed, and a high crit damage, because those are stats that we're going to be wanting. You're going to be looking at Witching Hours, so that's going to be one way that you, if you want to find the 9 attack speed ones, you're going to be able to do that. Now, our last item here is going to be the Scorn. We are going to want one with life steal on there. I know we have a lot of life on hit, but having one with life steal is really going to help you out if you need to do a little bit of tanking with your Witch Doctor. So on here, you can see that I had to save 30% of our budget. It was pretty crazy, but I had to do it. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Let's go ahead and take a look at these stats here real fast. 78k damage. Now, I wish this could have been higher, but I was building this set around survivability for the skill set that I'm going to be using later on. So if you want to build this set, but you want more damage, the way to go is going to be to get more crit chance. The rule of thumb is 1 crit chance for every 10 crit damage. So you can see here that I don't have that going on at all. I have 19.5% crit chance and 420% crit damage. So if I kept the crit damage the same, if I were looking to optimize my DPS from my crit chance and crit damage, basically I'd want 42.5% crit chance. So if you want more damage, go for more crit chance. It's really going to help you out. Now, where the build is going to be shining is in the survivability stats. 36, almost 3,700 armor. Now that's nothing crazy, but for a 10 mil set, that's not too bad. 562 all resist. That's 65.2% damage reduction. So that is going to really help you out to survive. Life, we have 54k. It's not a crazy high amount, but that is pretty good. 1,524 life per second. That's going to be really good when you're standing there trying to tank things, or if you're just running from like zone to zone or from mob to mob or whatever. You're basically not going to be having to spam your health potions as often. Also, we're going to have 4.4% life steal. So this is the lowest amount on a Scorn, so it's like nothing crazy or anything like that. I mean, it's better than a one-handed weapon. It's almost about 50% better than a one-handed. So it is going to be more than enough, especially when you couple that with the life on hit that we have. Now, I have about 1,300 life on hit. That is an extremely high amount. That's due to me going for this Tails Amulet. Now, like I said, I went for this basically due to the prices basically being the same in terms of damage and protection. I could throw on some life on hit and basically be charged the same amount. So that is why I went with this amulet here. But even if you were to be sitting around like 800 or whatever, it's still going to be more than enough. Next stat here is going to be Health Globes Grant Bonus. Now this is going to be 12k. It's going to basically be doubling your health potions. So here you see 12.5% from your health or from your potions, and we have 12.3% from the health globes. Also, we have the 24% mobility or movement speed for the extra mobility, so that's going to be really helping you out to dodge the frozen, the mortars, the arcane beams, all that stuff to help you survive. Basically, like I said, this build is for survival. Now the last stat here is going to be mana regeneration per second, 65. Nothing crazy, but it's not too bad, so it is going to be helping you out when you are trying to spam your fire bats here or whatever. You can see that I can almost continually hold it down, so it is going to be pretty nice. I am going to be having another Witch Doctor 10 mil gearing guide. Now you might ask why, and that's a very fair question. Well, one reason is SYSX, who won the 10 million from the EU on our last giveaway. He told me to do something with it and go ahead and do a giveaway with it. So that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. But why I'm going to be coming out with another 10 million Witch Doctor gearing guide is because I want to compare the EU prices to the US prices, because I do hear the EU is quite a bit more, so I do kind of want to just test the waters for myself, see how things are. So there will be that video as well, and then later on there will be the video that's actually comparing the EU to the US, just kind of give you my feel, my thoughts on things, and some hard numbers hopefully. Also, I'm going to be going over the build that I do plan to use with this set, so you can stay tuned for that. Now, it's not going to be out today or anything, but in the next couple days or so, it should be coming out. Also, last thing is going to be, I almost forgot, it is the anniversary of Diablo, so if you are playing currently, you're going to be getting bonus Magic Find and bonus experience. Now, they are going to be in the forms of 25, I do believe, so 25% Magic Find. That's going to be added on, and it's going to be able to exceed that 300% cap, but your bonus experience is going to be multiplicative. So if you're going for Paragon levels, now is going to be the time to do it. It is the anniversary. Happy anniversary, Diablo 3. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. This is Chrome on Rust for Core Expert Gaming, and you all have a great day.